Himalayas are source of 19 major rivers which combined in three river systems: the Indus, the Ganges and the Brahmaputra. Each of these 19 major rivers have thousands of tributaries. River valleys of every small stream or tributary has unique features: wildlife, flora, fauna, culture, secrets, and the stories. To know the mysteries of the Himalayas, you have to trek, not only drive. And trek not for the destination, but to live the life of the river or the mysterious slopes of a mountain ridge. This time, we decided to explore the valley of Jalandhri river. Usually it is called Jalandh river also, which meets Bhagirathi at a beautiful place called Harsil. We must have heard the name, which is about 80 kilometers from Uttarkashi in Uttarakhand. This surprisingly beautiful place is 25 kilometers before Gangotri and thickly covered by Devdar forest or the trees all over the place. Extensive apple orchards over the slopes will amaze you. Harsil is a small, sleepy yet pristine village on the bank of Bhagirathi. After setting our base at Harsil at an altitude of 2600 meters, which is quite high, I decided to explore Jalandhri river valley and to go on a trek which is usually called Kayar Koti trek. Although I was not interested in the Kayar Koti name to reach to the lake, the high mountain lake, but my interest was to explore the area. This trek ends at Upper Kyarkoti after 2 days, and if someone wants to go further, one can go over Lamkhanga Pass, or some people call it Lamkhang Pass, and reach Chitkul in Sangla Valley of Himachal. In total 5 to 6 days, depends on your fitness. We did that trek from reverse direction some 20 years ago, and practically nothing have changed on the terrain. We started with my porter and cook from Harsil to explore Jalandhri river valley on Kayar Koti trek, to know some local stories, secrets of the land in remote areas where human does not dictate. Nature, wildlife and wilderness takes on as the boss, and you simply have to follow their rules if you want to survive. My idea was not just to complete the trek, stay over the mountains for 2-3 nights and come back. No, the whole idea was to explore this mysterious part of the Himalayas, to know the untold stories, to know the flora, fauna and life along this river in this complete solitude. Kyarkoti trek comes under the category of moderate to difficult near the pass. If you go higher up the pass, it gets difficult. The climb was bit okay in the beginning, but as we progressed, it got bit tough because trail was going away from Jalandhri river and it was climbing on the mountain on the right hand side of the trail by leaving the stream way below. Roughly after 2 hours of steep climb, we had our first halt near a natural spring, and we had our packed lunch. We means me and my porter and my cook. The spring water was crystal clear. It was coming down from very high mountains. It was sweet and cold. We could see thick Devdar trees around, and roar of Jalandhri river was breaking the silence of these calm surroundings of thick Devdar forests. After quick lunch, the face wash in icy cold water, a quick power nap on the rocks in the middle of the forest will always re-energize you for onward climb. Air is so fresh and light that your urban lungs will get puzzled in absorbing 100% pure oxygen, which is a rare supply for them these days in Delhi or Mumbai or in any metro. As we gained altitude, the trek was getting a bit tough but after every turn on uphill journey, new mysteries were unfolding. Himalayas have unaccounted treasure of oak and cedar forests, Devdar, Bhojpatra, Kachal, and many more species of the trees which I think I have never seen, which are unique to this area, Gangotri Himalayas and Kedarnath Himalayas. Lizards, we encountered monster lizards on the way when we were going up. You will see bharal, Himalayan bear, mountain sheep and goats, leopard, and n number of insects and butterflies. The trek after the lunch break was a bit rough, steep, and slippery. The climb was getting a bit torturous with strewn boulders all over. The thick Devdar forest on our right hand was quiet, but its wilderness at times was giving us a silent warning that things are not as easy as these seems. Roaring Jalandhri river on our left hand side was making a furious sound. This place is full of Himalayan chameleons who gaze at you sitting on the boulders above you. After this torturous climb, we reached Lal Devta Mandir. So, locals, trekkers, they all come here. They offer coconut to the deity. They offer red flags, and one more very interesting thing. They, in fact, dig coins in root of the tree. See, you can see all the coins. These are dug there. So whoever comes here, they offer coins, red flags, and they give sacrifice also to the deity. And every trekker, mountaineer who comes from down, they have to offer a wood stick to the deity. And you can see lofty Himalayan peaks from here. And this is in the middle of Deodar trees. A very small temple which denotes that you have covered 70% of the hike of day 1. Lal Devta temple was on the highest point of day 1 trek. After offering our respect to the deity, we continued our journey, which was downhill now, and the valley was opening in a bugyal, means a pasture. But the only bad news was it was boulder strewn. It was not a flat green bugyal. And another bad news was weather was turning rough with thick clouds, which were indication for heavy downpour and snow on the nearby peaks and passes. We quickly reached our campsite and found a safe place for pitching our tents, which could be the only shelter or saving grace in this wilderness at night. The another cause of concern was to look for firewood, because that was the only source fuel for cooking food for next 2 nights. So this is our day 1 Kyarkoti trek, and weather is a bit dicey. Prediction of thunderstorm and heavy rainfall. That's why we are pitching tents quickly. So unfortunately, weather is bad. It's raining. It stopped for a while. These are tents, our tents. That is my tent, and that is our cook and guides tent. And they found firewood, collected firewood, and under a canopy they are cooking my food. and it was raining pretty heavy. But that is also fun in the Himalayas. On the higher reaches, it's raining. Sorry, it's snowing. When it's raining here, it's snowing at the higher ridges. So this is our tent. And somehow we arranged for dry wood to cook our food, and the food cooked on wood fire will taste always different. And my porter was a wonderful cook. He offered me hot coffee in the shivering cold, which was exotic. And after having a good meal, we had to clean utensils and to clear the trash. Also, at night, we organized things for early start next day. And after this hectic day, and but good meal and hot coffee, I retired in my tent. It was pouring like anything at night. Thankfully, weather was clear in the morning when we woke up. And last night was a bit tough. It was snowing on the higher reaches and it was raining here off and on. We all were in tent. In Himalayas, we quite often come to know about paranormal activities, and people very strongly believe in these things. You cannot say no, you cannot on their face, you cannot condemn it, you cannot say you are superstitious. But it's interesting to listen to their stories. My trek guide, my cook, Tulraj and Dinesh also told me that they were listening some abnormal voices at night. So let's see what they were saying. Tulraj Singh ji and Dinesh ji, they heard voices in middle of the night, after midnight, around 1:32, that somebody is crying, because we are camping on a riverbed which where so many people were died in 2013 when there was Kedarnath floods, and this whole pasture was turned into a boulders bed. So many casualties were here also, and many villagers they say that they at night they hear that somebody is crying, somebody is weeping, somebody is moving around your tent. So last night also Tulraj ji and Dinesh ji, they couldn't sleep because they heard somebody was crying. Let's listen to them. दिनेश जी, रात को आप 1:30-2 बजे आपको आवाज़ आ रही थी कोई रो रहा है? थोड़ा जोर से बोलिएगा।
रो रहा था आदमी।
आदमी रो रहा था। और कितने बजे?
1:30-2 बजे।
ओके, 1:30-2 बजे के आसपास। तो आप लोग टेंट से निकले? टॉर्च वर्च लगाया, कुछ नहीं था। So our porter, Mr. Dinesh, who is from Nepal, he heard voice of a man and a woman who were crying next to his tent at night at 1:30 to 2. They both got scared and they got out with the torch and found no one. In fact, it's a complete wilderness. Nobody can be here except us. There were no trackers also nearby, no human, no village. At least somebody has to trek for 7 hours to reach us. It was high in the mountains, pitch dark, raining whole night, but still it's interesting to listen to their ghost stories. So no trek is complete without ghost stories. I do not believe. I was happily sleeping in my tent. I heard nothing, but people, mountain people, they always talk about these things, supernaturals and paranormal activities. So it's their faith, that's fine. And a wonderful morning to shave your beard in the open, in the jungle, using your mug and basic toiletries. Yes, I love it. And I cannot stay without shaving my beard while trekking. In fact, one of my friends, Mr. Sunil Pugh, he was laughing when we were trekking in Karnak Valley in Ladakh in end of February or beginning of February. Temperature was -40 and I was trying to shave my beard, but the foam was immediately freezing and then I had to get hot water from inside. But I shaved. I still shaved. One, because it gives you a different energy and freshness in the morning while you are trekking, and mainly the old habits die hard. That's the main issue. After getting freshen up, having a quick breakfast, packing of our tents, we started for the next day. This is day 2 of Kyar Koti trek. We are passing through Bhojpatra jungles, and area is pretty, very pretty. You can see this is another Bhojpatra tree, and you can see there are 53 layers in the outer shell of Bhojpatra tree's trunk. Our Upanishad, our Ramayana was written on Bhojpatra. So this jungle, Bhojpatra jungle, is found on the higher Himalayas, around at the height of it starts from 3,600, 700 till 4,000, 4,500. Bhojpatra trees are found. So this is on our second day of Kyarkoti trek. But look at this pretty white Bhojpatra tree in the backdrop of Himalayas and Devtar forest. This white. This was the paper for our ancient books, Ramayana, Upanishad, etc. Bhojpatra tree is supposed to be very auspicious in our Hindu mythology. ये देखिए जैसे छाल उतार रहे हैं, ये इसके तने से छाल उतरती है और इसके बहुत सारे लेयर होते हैं, और इसके ऊपर पहले ऋषि महात्मा ये सब लोग इसको पेपर की तरह यूज़ करते थे, और हमारे वेद पुराण जो हैं वो भोजपत्र के ऊपर ही लिखे गए हैं. ये देखिए ये पेड़ है, ये भोजपत्र का पेड़. इसके अंदर 53 लेयर्स होती हैं, 53 लेयर्स ऑफ छाल. अगर आप देखिए अभी 13 तो इन्होंने देखा है,
यहाँ से ही देखी सकती है.
ये 13 लेयर दिनेश जी ने देखा है, और इसको पहले क्लीन किया जाता था, फ्लैट किया जाता था, और इनके ऊपर हमारे साफ करके हमारे वेद पुराण ये भोजपत्र की छाल के ऊपर लिखे गए हैं. पहले पेपर नहीं होता था.
जो रामायण बनाते रामायण इससे बनता
रामायण. तो थोड़ा इधर फेस कीजिए दिनेश जी. तो जो हमारा पेपर था एंशिएंट टाइम में, वो ये था भोजपत्र की छाल. और ये जो ट्री है इसका ट्रंक, इसमें आप उतारते जाइए, इस छाल से ही ये पूरा ट्रंक बनता है. और एक लेयर आप उतारेंगे तो आप ये देखिए 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 तो ये अभी हम ही देख रहे हैं. इसमें एक के बाद एक ही उतरता चला जाता है.
ये बुढ़ा हो रहा है.
All these white trunk trees are Bhojpatra trees, and this is jungle of Bhojpatra trees. All these white trunk trees are Bhojpatra trees. It used to found in abundance in Himalayas. Another interesting anecdote. If you can make out this white patch in middle, that is bird dropping. And bird dropping of which bird? Eagle, Himalayan eagle. So Himalayan eagles, they nest at such a height and stay there, the whole family. You cannot reach there. Actually it is so high and so rugged. But that is eagle's nest, and many bird watchers come here in this valley to watch this eagle. So after exploring the area and camping overnight again, we came down to Harsil after completing the trek with wonderful memories. After knowing the good untold stories of this region, I think anybody who's into hiking and trekking must do this short trek of 2 days, 2 nights, and explore the Jalandhri Gad region. If you have number of days in hand, you must cross over Lakhang Pass and reach Kinnaur. It will take you 4 to 5 days or max 6 days, including rest day, and you will reach Chitkul and then to Sangla. So that's a doable and refreshing trek. So goodbye for now. We'll catch up over the ridge in the Himalayas once again. Thank you.